And friends, to another amazing episode. This time we got a special guest who's about to drop some gems and help y'all secure the bag. Make sure y'all join the conversation by going to the
m4show.com.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at
the M4 Show.
Queen, should they like and subscribe or something?
Most definitely. You should definitely go do that like right now.
Yes, make sure y'all like and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you are listening to this episode. We appreciate you. It's free, so go ahead and do it. And it is your first move on being a millionaire. Now, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's introduce our guest for today. Welcome back, beautiful people. Thank y'all for tapping in to another episode of the M4 Show. My name is Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And of course, I have my waving queen. I don't know who you waving at over there.
I was trying to wave to you.
Oh, that's what that was? Oh, hey.
Because you're over here for me.
Oh, really? Usually we're in the same location, but we were moving and shaking today. It was a very busy $1 Million Monday for sure. So we're in separate locations, but it still could be a really great, amazing podcast. We got a guest behind the scenes who's about to lay some gems on y'all. But real quick, Queen, please introduce yourself to the beautiful people.
What is up, beautiful people? My name is Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. Happy to be joining you on a Monday evening. Not happy that it is 5:48 and already pitch black.
Yeah, daylight savings has its pros, has its cons, But Queen, I know we usually like to give folks a little bit of gems of our own before we get officially into it. And I see the folks joining live. Feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. If y'all have any questions, definitely feel free to put that inside the chat or comments. But Queen, before we officially get into it, please hit the folks with the did you know.
Somebody in the comments said, hate the early dark. You feel me? It's just not it. All right. But did you know that eating seasonal produce can not only help you get healthier, but help our planet get healthier? What do I mean by seasonal produce? So a lot of us, in our conventional supermarkets, we can get any fruit or vegetable pretty much any time year round, right? But actually most produce has seasons when it is the season for this thing, right? And not only is it going to be cheaper to buy produce while it is in season, it has to travel less distances. It just requires a lot less in terms of growing it. So not only is it cheaper, so it's going to keep your wallet healthier, it tastes better because, again, when it's in season, it's typically more love put into it. It's more nutrient dense, which brings me to my next point. It is actually going to be healthier for you, more nutrients. When you have a bell pepper when it's in season versus out of season. So not only does it taste better, but it's actually going to be better for you. And one of the cool things is that if you eat seasonally, you're naturally going to get the nutrients that your body needs. So, right, cold and flu season is typically in the winter, typically right about now. And so also typically happening right about now is a lot of the fruits and vegetables in season are high in vitamin C and antioxidants that help your immune system stay strong and fight against these colds and flus. So, and lastly, it's better for our planet. Growing things when they're in season takes a lot less energy. It takes a lot less resources. So we can also help our planet live longer. So if you're wondering, let's get to the chase, right? What's in season? So we're about to be in December. December, things that are in season: Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, beetroots, cauliflower, kale, apple, broccoli. Apple, like apple cider is always a thing coming around this time. Broccoli, pears, pomegranate, winter squash, turnips, celery, cranberry, spinach, rutabaga, pumpkins, kohlrabi, persimmons, avocado, collard greens, artichoke, kiwi, and I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to butcher it. But that's definitely a place for you to start when you're thinking about what am I going to make for dinner this week. Start with what's in season, and you'll be setting yourself up for success.
There it is, y'all. So make sure y'all do like our guest is doing in the background. He's taking notes. That's how I know it's gonna be a good episode. He got the notepad out. He got the pen. He's like, ooh. All right. So what else is also in season during this time, unfortunately, is taxes. Right. This time of the year, you're ending your books, you're getting ready for the tax season. You want to make sure you're prepared. So we do have our small business sponsor of the week, Management Consultants of America. And this team is making sure you have your business financials right. All right. So make sure y'all tap into Management Consultants of America. We're going to throw their mission statement up there, and the queen with her amazing eyes is going to read it.
All right. I teach business owners how to use their financial reports as scorecards to run their businesses. I'm gonna tell you how important that is right now.
We were
Score
literally just talking about scorecards for our own business the other day.
Yep. And my 9 to 5 job before I quit it, I was like scorecard queen. And so I can definitely understand the importance of having scorecards are a way to measure yourself, measure your success or lack of lack of success. But it's a temperature check to make sure you're going the way you want to go. It's otherwise it can be easy to be like, oh yeah, we're doing all right. But a scorecard really helps you put some nice numbers to it. So definitely make sure you tap in
All right. So
to
go to www.accountingstrong.com. They got business strategy stuff, tax strategy stuff. They have consulting, one-on-one meetings that you can do. And of course, you can use the code the M4 show and get a special discount. Invest in your business, get you a nice little discount, and help improve your return on investment and your IRR for your own business. All right. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Go to accountingstrong.com and go ahead and invest in your business. Now, Queen, I'm excited for this one
I know.
because there's a lot of layers to this brand. All right. First off, of course, Black owned family brand, dope. They're inside of the shoe game, dope. And it's been my personal journey to be able to have a head to toe full fit that's all Black owned. So this is going to be able to support that. And number 3, they're innovating technology. And I think sometimes we see industries out there and we think shoes always have to look the way that shoes have always looked, or that the car has to operate the way that the car has always have to operate. But you can continue to innovate and continue to think outside the box, even in already established markets and industries. And I love the example of this. And lastly, the multiple generations within the family all using their own different gifts to help promote the brands. Queen, I'm excited. I'm gonna try not to talk too much. Are you ready?
Good luck. I'm ready.
It's gonna be rough.
I don't can't be next to you to like nudge you, like stop talking. So this is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be rough. But Queen, you're good to go.
I'm great to go.
Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the episode. Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. You can go to our website at them4show.com, our Instagram at them4show, and our YouTube channel at Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making.
And welcome to the M4 Show. Right, let's bring in my guy, brother Olguy. What's popping?
What's going on? How are you guys doing?
We are highly blessed, highly favored. How you living over there?
Well, listen, we gotta start off with this. Cameroon tied the game up, so we gotta make sure we put that up there.
Put some respect on it. If anyone else was watching the game, feel free to put the comments in there. Oh man, but I want to start off by kind of tying in a little bit of a debate me and the Queen have been having, but also from your own experience.
Okay.
And a debate that we've had is I feel like kids within our family shouldn't have a choice. They must work for the family business. They must work for the family brand. The Queen is a little bit lenient. She's like, it should be a choice. So I know your brand, The Difference, start off as a beautiful family brand. As a kid coming into it, did you feel like you had a choice, or was it a mandatory thing from your parents? How did that happen?
First of all, number one, I love this. The fact that you guys can do this, it's amazing. Like
No.
we had a dispute. I'm like, that's amazing. That's already amazing on its own. To be honest with you, no. It was more of a everything that we've done. As Africans, especially Cameroonians, we're very much oriented in what we particularly do, and with the even coming up with the shoes, that was a whole entire family decision. It didn't happen. Dad invented it. Olguy came and made it into reality, but it was a whole entire family situation. It didn't happen just with one person. No, absolutely not. So for me, it's just more in the sense of like everything has to be a decision that has to be collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I watched the video that was on your website where you and your dad are kind of going through the science of it, but also the history. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that stuff, but definitely make sure y'all go to their website and you can check out the full background and the science behind it. But can you talk a little bit about how your dad stumbled upon this new technology? Like why was he so motivated to create this shoe this way?
Dr. Penka.
Uh,
How do we even start off with that one? Jeez, I don't want to keep this long. My dad was literally, I don't even know how to even start off with this. He was managing a sports company out in Liengies. That's what we call it, Liengies, in Cameroon.
mhm,
The way he came about it was through his own injury. He got injured himself. And through his injury is what precipitated how we came in with the difference. And a lot of people don't even know that story because number one, the story is not being told. I'm telling the story now, but it was through his injury that this is how it precipitated through how the difference came about.
mhm,
And he put his dream on hold because when he knew that the shoe had to come out, he put it on hold because he had to raise us. It's
mhm,
me, I'm the youngest, and I have three older sisters. And he was like, I'm going to put everything aside and I'm going to focus on my children.
mhm.
That's what he did. I mean, that's a tough thing to do,
Right.
especially when you're saying, hey, listen, I know what I know what I have. I mean, for him to do that, he believed, and for him to trust me enough, my sister, plural, sisters, to trust all of us to say, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to make this move. Yeah. Good man.
Yeah, that's big.
Don't get me crying on. Don't get me crying.
Hey, if you gotta let it flow,
I'm
let it
getting
flow,
emotional.
King.
Chill out. I'm getting emotional.
Yeah,
Stop.
no.
He
That's
said
real though. I
stop.
think we don't often, and I had this conversation with my dad the other day too, or maybe a few months ago, but really like stopping to think about the sacrifices
Yeah.
that our parents have made for us to live the life that we have.
Yes.
My dad had me in college. My dad and mom had me in college. So easily, like, some men do, he could have been like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna take a back seat, or I'm gonna play no role in your life at all. And I think I would have been in a very different situation. But instead, my dad chose to step up to the plate as a young 20-year-old in college. He was, Olympian bound. He decided, I'm gonna take care of my son. I want to be in his life. And I think
Bro.
obviously I'm graciously thankful. Father, if you ever watch this episode, I'll text it to you or something. But much appreciated to all the sacrifices. Moms, I got multiple moms in my life, grandmas. So people have really, poured into all of our cups. And it's up to us as the next generation to take on their dreams, take on the mantle, and really, elevate it as best we can.
Sinclair, mademoiselle, toi là. Hey,
I got a question for you.
y'all, like, I'm like, I want to hear from you too.
Yeah.
Well, my question is a perfect segue because, as you can tell, we have a lot of conversations about families running businesses and what that looks like. And as you can see, it sparks many debates. I'm sure he has another question that he will ask you at some point later on in the podcast. I do, just before I get into it, want to put that someone a Facebook user has agreed with me that it should be an option. I just want to start with that. But my question is, how has this business improved or changed, or even put a strain on your family life and on the family? How has it really affected you as a family? Hopefully in a positive way, but let's get real. If there's been those rough moments too.
Break it down again. Break it down.
How has running a business with your family affected your family dynamic?
You want to be transparent and organic with you?
Please do.
It's been tough. It's been tough because, wow, I didn't think you guys were going to ask me this type of questions. Okay. It's been tough because it's like, you got to understand, number one, you got to understand people's personalities on an individual basis, right? So again, I'm the youngest, I'm the only boy. It's like, now I have to do this, I have to do that. It's we're dealing with family, and I'm African. A lot of people don't understand that culture plays effect. You have to understand that very, very much. But it doesn't take away from what I have to do, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to be able to deliver, which I've been doing.
Yeah.
And that's why we are the difference. So, that's the best way to answer that question.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfect, because most of our audience are, melanated married folks who are either already having a business or they wanting to start a business, and we like to give them both sides of that beautiful coin, right? Yes, starting a business has amazing potential to build wealth and bring out the best in everybody, but it's gonna get real, and there's gonna be some struggles in there as well, and it's good for them.
And you got to be okay with that. Like, the thing is, most people don't understand that in business, it gets to that point. I lived in a country for 1 year by myself. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. People don't like to talk about the reality of what happens. I was by myself. I lost a relationship. I had to let go of the woman that I was with at that point of time. And that's okay, because the one person that I always had was God. He didn't let me go.
Never.
You understand me?
Yep.
That's one sign. That was always there. He's always going to be there. He's not going to leave me. I'm not going to go too far into that, but it's just more in the sense of like, man, it was a challenge. But you got questions? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I want love the challenge. So kind of riffing off of just your origins and your family's culture from being in Cameroon, being African. What are some elements? What are some cultural values that you feel like you and your family are bringing to the shoe game, the fashion game, and just business period? Coming from Cameroon, coming from Africa, how are things done authentically?
To answer that question, I have to really sit back and like step back and revert back to how I can answer that. So the best way to answer that, to be honest with you, is number one, having a father, mother that are African, that raised us as African parents and brought us to this country and made us the way we are. I'm already happy about that. And what I want to do is to give the same thing. And when I say same thing, let me say this. I want to be able to reciprocate what they have done for me. Yes, because they have done that. with my sisters, with myself. And when you can do that, then you can say you actually are not just creating something, but you are being part of, oh, no pun intended, the difference.
Yep. Hey, no, get your branding in. Get that branding in.
I was like, it's just hard not to say it.
Yeah.
And also, to be honest with you, like when you reached out to me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. You actually see what we can do. You see the potential and what we're doing. That it was personal. I'm gonna take it honest with you. I take it personally because you're not talking to a secretary. You're talking to me.
Yeah.
The one that made the shoe. And after me, you talk to Pops, and Pops is like, well, they gotta talk to you. They gotta keep talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm the one with the beard. I'm the one that looks good.
Your face.
Agreed.
I said, Dad. I'm the one. I said, Dad. I'm the one with the cute beard and the smile. They don't want to see you.
Can't
They
go wrong.
do want to see you, but they want to see me. I'm the one with the cute beard and the glasses.
Every company needs a face.
Right,
Every company needs a face.
We gotta do all this. One.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. They don't know, Olguy. It's a lot of work keeping up this beard and glasses, man.
I got a question for you.
Oh, please.
For both of you, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
What made you want to reach out to me?
Ooh, great question. So I don't see, and we don't see too many, one, Black-owned shoe companies, but secondly, I feel like it's pretty easy to see the shoes that are being just kind of like mass produced and like you're just slapping your brand on it versus a shoe that is made, designed, and created from the ground up. And it's a different type of conversation talking to someone who's, no disrespect to any companies that do this. It's a viable, option. But the companies that are just like, drop shipping shoes or shirts and they're just kind of slapping a logo on it or making a certain color on it. That's a business model. But being able to talk to someone who, again, designs from the ground up, is very family oriented, and has I'm not sure if it's patent pending or a secured patent, is something that's very
patent. Hold on, before we even go further with this, patents are already there. We got patents and trademarks.
Secured. Come on, secured.
Let's go. You don't see this little R right there?
There we go. Yep.
Come on, you're not touching us. You're not. Oh, sorry. I got excited for a second.
Flex it.
One time. Let's go.
Yeah, but that's what made us, really reach out to you all, just being able to get that very unique perspective. There are so many different elements that came together within the difference that we think our audience needed to hear.
What does your audience want to hear from me?
Yeah. So I know I want to highlight maybe the shoe a little bit more before we get into the nuts and bolts into like the branding and the strategy. But your shoe has no heel, bro. All right, let's talk about it.
Right. I'm very curious into like the technology and like the benefits of not having a heel. I have heard in the health world that like, especially like women who wear heels all the time, like it can not be so great for a lot of different things, for spine health and all that fun stuff. So I'm very curious to hear what the benefits are of the Heelless technology.
So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the tech, or do you want to where do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start with anatomy if we can.
Oh, okay.
I know Pops, Dr. Pop broke it down on the other video. It doesn't have to be, in too details, but let's start with just the anatomy of the human body, and then we can shift over to how the technology supports our actual body.
So here's the reality. Our human body, naturally speaking, when we walk, we apply pressure on our heels. We don't even know that, right? And as we run, if you're a runner or if you're someone that's active, you put pressure on your heels. So our technology came based on the fact that we wanted to eliminate heel striking. because this is the serious problem that a lot of people don't even know that is happening. So how did we actually eliminate it? We took off the heel, but we wanted to also make it aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
So it can look like a shoe that's nice and you like it as well. But when you put it on, you also know that it's a functional shoe.
Mm.
And this is the reason right here. I don't want to go too in depth because that's proprietary, but we we are the difference for a reason. Anybody that wears this shoe understands the reason why they feel good. It's amazing. It's the best shoe in the world.
Mm.
This is your feet's favorite shoe.
There we go.
Come on. You didn't know what happened in your life until you wore the shoe. And I don't want to sound like I'm not selling. I want to sound like I'm selling, but it's just science. It's science. It's science. How do you dispute science?
Yeah. I think the really cool thing about your testimony and your company or your family's company is the fact that we've been wearing shoes a certain way for hundreds of years,
Yes.
right? And
Mhm.
for some reason, no one thought to take the heel off of the shoe. And I think it's just a beautiful example of how every single day we're using computers, phones, glasses, hats, shoes, and there's a small tweak that we can make to innovate it. And it all comes from, your father's experience having an injury. And from that personal experience, he thought, okay, well, let me solve the problem and let me change an industry. So just kudos to your father, to the king, and to the family for, again, just seeing something that's normal in society, but making that innovation and shift towards the future.
Nah, I respect that. Like
Mm.
it's we say mustanja. That's all we say.
Muslanja.
No, mustanja.
Mustanja.
Yeah, mustanja. Which is
Uh-huh.
like you respect what you respect on me, because to be honest, I told my dad, I was like, you want me to go and do what and do this? What?
Mm.
It confused me a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. It took it. I mean, I was there for a year, so you have to really believe in what you're doing. And for anybody else that's listening to this live or that's going to listen to this live, it's understand that I'm not trying to sit here and trying to promote or try to sell. I want you to be healthy and happy, because that's all that I promote is health and happiness. Anybody that knows me, what does Olguy always say? Health and happiness.
Love it.
That's it. So that's all.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I love the big game, by the way. Big game.
listen. Likewise, King. Likewise.
The big game.
Man. All right, we got a cultural question in a second that's gonna come up. Or boom, let's do it right now. All right. So, do you think American Black folks have a different work ethic than Africans?
Yes, for sure.
Mm.
For sure. Come on. Like, yes, because if so, how? I will tell you is just because based on what we have given to us. We don't
Yeah.
have the access as Africans, as Americans. Americans, we have more access. Africans, we don't have that access. Now, I will say this: we can create a different culture, but if we got to step to that route, we got to really push it.
Yeah.
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 Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think that you're good on that. But I will say, going back to the shoe, right? And kind of hopefully a business lesson for folks. What is the strategy for changing people's mind and seeing this shoe that looks completely different from any other shoe that they have as, okay, let me give this a try, right? How do you help customers discover what's better for them, even though it's completely different from what they're used to?
So the reality is this, and I'm gonna say it to you that now we're being transparent. Bam, right?
Yep.
I'm not a marketer. I don't know how to market, right? I know I could, if you're talking to me like what we're doing right now, I could do it. You're gonna buy the shoe right now. Like, yes, absolutely. She's like, oh, I'm already buying the shoe. I already got my girl buying the shoe. Like, this is gonna happen. Sinclair, it's gonna happen. Boom. But I don't know how to do it on a global scale. Right? That's not my area of expertise, to be honest with you. But now I do have people that are saying, hey, Olguy, we're going to help you. We're going to make sure you're doing this because you actually got a product that makes sense. Yes. This is not a joke. This is a real actual shoe that actually helps you, your moms, your dads, your uncles, your aunties, everybody. In whatever language you want to put it. Because my dad, when he designed a shoe, I said, Dad, okay, you designed it, but it has to actually look good.
Yeah.
And I said, I was sleeping in a factory for 1 year by myself. I lost relationships. Don't even get me because I'm starting to get a little emotional. I was by myself. I didn't have no one for 1 year doing a shoe. For you to be able to say, hey, this is I. Here's the reality. Please give me a second. I'm sorry.
Got it, Olguy. Yeah, no worries. Take your time with it.
I'm sorry.
You can feel the passion. That's what it's for. You can feel the passion, right? So when y'all see the difference, when y'all go to that website, just know blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice went into all those shoes.
People snap. They're like, okay, why is this price? Why is this? I'm like, do you understand what I had to do to get the shoe? This is not just a shoe. I'm not creating just like you will put it on. I have parents, I have diabetics calling me up like, this saved my mom's life.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? I got investors. I got a whole investor that is a whole entire doctor that is like, yo, this is it. We are sitting here. I'm sorry. I don't want to get too, because when people try to try me, I'm like, yo.
But I want to. No, you're good. But I do want to circle back because you said it real quick, but it's a huge thing. The fact that you said someone with diabetes was able to wear these shoes and feel a difference. And I think diabetes is clearly something that's prevalent in the Black community, prevalent in the African diaspora. And to be able to have literally a Black-owned company that's providing
We got a seal of approval. Seal of approval. Go on the website. We have a seal of approval. I'm sorry. Go on the website. We have a seal of approval. You don't get a seal of approval unless you are official. We got to go on the website. We got a seal of approval. That's how official we are. You think I didn't do that? It's not me. Number one, I'm always going to give it to God. Okay? It's not me. It's not me. It's God. But he works through me. And I'm going to be emotional with it. So please forgive me if I'm that emotional.
It's passion. I think one of the struggles with, I mean, honestly, anything health related, especially that does not conform to the normal message, which is, oh, you have a pain here, you have a pain, let's take a shot to take the pain away, right? Without actually thinking about like what's causing that pain, what can I do in my life? What lifestyle changes? What shoe could I wear that's going to change the way I walk that could eliminate this pain altogether, right?
Mhm.
It is not the normal kind of westernized way of thinking. So I think that can be, I think, maybe for those folks that you're talking about that are like, why is this so expensive, right? They don't understand really the true value of something like this. And I was going to say earlier, I, as a person who does a lot of research and I listen to a lot of podcasts, all that fun stuff, I do hear a lot of folks talk about how we are creatures of comfort. And so, although it's great to get like these shoes with all these nice cushions, right? With typically it's like a big old cushion on your heel, right? Because, like you said, we're so used to just stomping around because we have these nice cushions on our feet. Our ancestors did not have shoes like this, right? They were walking on their bare feet and they were walking much differently because of that. And because, unfortunately, most of our shoes today are so cushioned at the heel, we walk much differently now. We are causing these pains in our joints and our, our going all the way up to our spines, the way we slouch, the way we sit, all coming from how we walk in our lives. So
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that this is very revolutionary,
Wow.
and definitely speaks to, again, how those simple changes, right? It's a weight transfer, and it seems so simple, but it can make the world of difference for how you walk, how you move in the world, right? And we don't always realize how a simple weight transfer of how you walk can change how your spine sits, can change how your neck sits, can change, like, all of these different things, can change your blood sugar. Like, who would have thought? But right, you get moving more, then you're able to manage your blood sugar more, right? There's all these different nuances about how something like this can directly and indirectly improve your health. I think it's really, really great.
People do not pay
Um,
attention. I'm sorry to cut you off. Uh, D, if you don't mind me slapping at you real quick.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you.
Hit me.
As a person that, like, you look like you're a healthy man, like, what makes you want to stay healthy?
Function.
Functionality?
Yeah, it's all function. I'm not gonna lie. I'll try to keep it G rated. It's also making sure that the queen is satisfied with the full functionality of what's going on over here as well. But also being able to run if I need to, being able to defend if I need to be able to pick up my kids, pick up my queen. Like, it's all function is what really keeps me wanting to stay fit.
Functionality. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not an athlete anymore. I don't need to be in the D1 shape that I was back in the day, but I need to be able to do a little something if I need
No,
to.
I ask. The reason why I ask these questions is because it's like, at the end of the day, I can show you what I'm doing. It's another thing to say, okay, I'm doing it. Are you with? Do you understand it? Because a lot of people don't understand the technique of the shoe.
Mm.
All of this that everybody's involved with, I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, wow, we doing pretty good. Okay, good. But now plug yourself in. Because the reality is this: I'm gonna keep on working. After we get off this call, I have to still do inventory. I still
Mm.
have to work. That's the reality of what's gonna happen after all of this is done.
Yeah.
And guess what? We're gonna still stay in contact. Because if not, I'm gonna be like, listen, what?
No,
You just
that's a
call me?
fact.
You call me to just call me? I don't talk to people for fun. Nah, we gonna figure this out.
Yep.
All right. Wrap it up. You got it.
Let's do it. All right. So there was another question here, and they're talking about how they love your passion. Oh, and yeah, my eyes ain't gonna get it. Queen, you got my back on this.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
I love your
They
passion.
said, I love your passion. This is a creative business, and a lot of people don't see how different a creative based business is from other types of businesses. You personally are your product to some extent. How do you handle when the idea in your head doesn't manifest like you want it to? Is this 100% what you envisioned for your shoes?
Wow. that was quite a that was a lot.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first part. How do you handle when an idea doesn't exactly manifest how you wanted it to? Something in your head doesn't quite look how you wanted it to in real life.
So what I do is I go back to the person that got me there in the first place. I go to Pops. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to like BS you. I go to Dad. I'm like, Dad, you're the one that made me go here. What's up with this? You the one that came up with this idea. So what's up? So when things don't go right, I reach out to him. And if it doesn't go the way that it is with him, I reach out to moms. I'm gonna reach out, and if it doesn't work out, then I reach out to my community, which is y'all. Because when I was in China, to be honest with you, I was there for a year. Y'all held me down. And when I say y'all, I'm saying everybody. Because I missed Thanksgiving. I missed everything. My birthday, I was by myself. And it was like, happy birthday, oh, happy Thanksgiving, like, I was like, okay, y'all still working with me, y'all still rocking with me. Yes, that's the reality. So that's what I'm gonna do. I want to make the shoe to make sure that number one, it's functional for everybody that needs to wear it, and two, it gotta look good. Don't play. It gotta look good. If it doesn't look good, what are we doing? What are we doing? It gotta look good. If y'all say it doesn't look good, what are we doing?
Yeah,
for sure. Like, come on. I'm a simplistic person. I used to wear hats and simple glasses and a beard. I keep it simple.
he said, "I wear a beard."
Right. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah.
It's over. But please let me know. So
the second part to the question,
Mhm.
sorry, the second part was, is this what 100% what you envisioned, or was there like compromises over the year?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Your shoe now, as it is now, right? You showed the nice, beautiful black, sleek shoe. Is it what you envisioned, like in your mind when you were like, okay, I'm gonna take over this Heelless shoe company? Is it what you envisioned, or did we have to work to get here? You know, there's always gives and takes in creating a product.
No, it was not my vision. It was definitely not my vision. It was not. Whoever asked that question, that was a great question. It was not my vision. But that's the best part of why we call it the difference, because we are going to envision and what we have to do moving forward. It was not. No, it was not. I can't even sit here and try to lie. And whoever asked that, that was a great question. Seriously.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So I know you gotta get out of here soon. Get back to that work, get back to that inventory. So maybe second to last question for you. Advice or tips for folks who want to get into the shoe game and they have no idea, how to get started. They don't know that it may take a year in the factory. Can you just talk through a little bit, maybe a huge barrier that you had to overcome in designing the shoe, or something that most people just don't know about getting in the shoe game until you actually live it and you experience it?
Now I gotta say this to you. I gotta say chalet. You gotta understand what that means when I say chalet. Yeah. Whew. Get into any industry is going to be difficult. Specifically, if you want to get into the shoe industry, that's going to be very tough, because here's the thing: the shoe industry, it's brutal, because it's like you got to know, like, there's a lot of factors that you have to go through to understand how to dig in, especially if you're doing something specific. If you just want to do a shoe, that's fine. I tell people all the time, like, if you just want to do a shoe, that's okay. But if you want to do a specific shoe, mon frère, that is a whole nother ball game. It's gonna take grit, grind, and you are going to be hurting. People don't realize that. They don't. Oh, all right. We're gonna leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do some quick updates, and then we're gonna come back to you to say what is next for the difference. What is on the horizon? What are some exciting things that you want the folks to tap in with? Again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Olguy from The Difference. Y'all can go to smthedifference.com, tap in, get your hat, get your Heelless Technology shoe. If you have aunties, uncles, grandmas with diabetes and you want them to feel better, yeah, go ahead.
They don't want these. These are too expensive. They don't want these.
Get those all black editions.
It comes with a smile. How you say no? How do you say no? It comes with a smile.
Boom. There you go. There you go. All right. So we're gonna do some quick updates, and then we'll send it off to you for the final word. Queen, any updates you got on your side you want folks to know about?
No, actually, I do not have any updates this week.
Beautiful. Good to hear it. For the folks that maybe weren't engaged in the $1 Million Marriage Challenge that we had last week, do you mind giving a recap on the $1 Million Marriage Challenge, and maybe one takeaway that you had from that experience?
Yeah, so we had the $1 Million Marriage Challenge, which was a 4-day virtual challenge. We had experts come in each day and talk about tax strategies, your personality types. So, right, Olguy was talking about, one of the things with running a business with your family is really understanding everybody's individual personalities. And so we did personality assessments. We had Snooks and Lovey come in and talk about how to utilize the DISC assessment to really make sure you are making sure your marriage is solid, but also your business is solid. Then we had Coach T talking about your life operating principles, creating your own mantra. And then, of course, we had myself and Devon. We're talking about 4 pathways to wealth. We broke down real estate. We broke down entrepreneurship. And we briefly talked about some stocks and intellectual property. But definitely want to make sure that you stay tapped in. We are going to have another one. So if you missed this one, don't worry. You can absolutely get the next one that we'll have coming up next year. But for me, I think one of the biggest takeaways was really the on the personality assessment, making sure to redo, right? Revisit that every couple of years, if not every year, because things change. And I think what we had held on so tightly to, like, our personality types when we first took it. Oh, I'm analytical, he's expressive, right? But we both tested in a different, or came out to it in a different personality type when we did this time. And at first I was kind of like, this is not right. I need to do it over again. And after talking, to Devon, we were both like, well, it kind of makes sense with where we are in our lives, that we both, tested in the driver's or in the pilot seat. But that also means that we now need to have some follow-up conversations that we're starting to have on who makes the decisions then, because we're both kind of in that decision-making mode, because we have to be, right? We both have things going on that need decisions made every day, but we also need to make sure, like, in our household, right, who's making the decisions, who's making the financial decisions, who's making our health decisions, who's making the decisions for our future children, right? All of these things. So I think that was my biggest takeaway.
Much love. Thank you, Queen, for the updates and the takeaways. All right. Real quick on my side, as usual, make sure y'all go to playblackwallstreet.com. Get yourself Black Wall Street, the board game. We have a very exciting partnership coming up in about 3 weeks. It's going to be made public. Y'all going to see it all over social media, maybe some other places. So y'all going to want to make sure you get your game before the big announcement and before the holiday rush. Yes, your game, Olguy, right? Yes, get your game. Playblackwallstreet.com. We'll send you a game. We can do a trade. We can do a game for a shoot. We got $100 board game. We can. All right, we'll talk about that. But make sure y'all go to playblackwallstreet.com. Get yourself either the second edition of Black Wall Street, the board game, or the masterpiece edition. We're also going to be making some huge updates to Play Black Wall Street Academy. So if you're not already signed up right now, it's $14 or $14.99 per month for full access to Play Black Wall Street Academy. Over 15 different courses there, and we upload courses every single semester. If you're not already a student, make sure you get your enrollment before the end of the year, because next year the price will be going up, because like Olguy said, there's a lot of passion, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Y'all don't know what goes into these courses, what goes into these videos, the schedule, and the quality. So we definitely are going to be increasing the prices. So make sure y'all go to playblackwallstreet.com, hit the Academy tab, and go ahead and enroll today. Now, I want to bring Brother Olguy back up to end us with some vision.
I got an egg. Oh, I'm sorry. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Are you there?
We here. We here.
I'm sorry. Listen. I'm excited right now. You got to be excited. You want to know why? I just got an A.
Come on.
What? On my residency. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. I know this is not supposed to be. I just got my grade. I want to cry. I'm not gonna cry online. So go ahead, finish off. I'm gonna cry as soon as we get offline.
As soon as we done, all the tears are gonna come. But
I'm sorry for cussing.
Yeah. We try to be family friendly on here. It's all good. So if you can end us off with one vision. Oh, we got the tears flowing. Hey, let it go.
I can do it.
One, the vision. What is next for the difference? And then if you have any words of wisdom for folks that are trying to build a business from the ground up, anything that you'd be helpful. So vision and advice.
Vision, to be honest, like the vision, number one is what's happening now. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. My dad believed in me. He believed in us. I went and lived in a country for 1 year by myself, doing a shoe by myself. People left me. I lost relationships. My girl left me. I was in a whole relationship. She's like, nah, I'm gone. I was by myself, but I didn't quit. And now I'm just getting my grade for my residency. I'm like, just believe in yourself. And honestly, have people around you that believe in you. Do not put people around you that don't believe in you. If they don't believe in you, dub them. I don't like to sound like rough or whatever the case is, and I'm not that person. But if you're not around, I just got my residency grade. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so emotional. I know we live. I apologize.
You're good. No, you're good. Never have to apologize for the emotions. I think it shows people it is okay, especially in business, in your academics. Put your heart on it.
People will not respect it. You got to believe in your business. You got to believe in your business. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, there it is. Now I asked this to some people, and you can say no, Brother Olguy, right? You can say no, but I want to ask not to disrespect the value and the work that you put into the shoe, but to incentivize our listeners to make sure they go and they make a purchase. Is there any surprise discount that we can give people if they put in the code?
They could just put in Olguy. Just put in my name, my actual name. It will give you the whole discount. And actually, after we're done with that, I want to give your name or Sinclair, like I want both y'all names. I'll do it because you took time to do this. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. So make sure y'all go to SMTHEDIFFERENCE.com. And they just had a huge sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get you a shoe ASAP before they run out of inventory. You heard after this call, he's going back to inventory. So don't play. Go to SM The Difference, put in the discount code Olguy, see what surprise you get, and order yourself a shoe. Especially, I really harp on the diabetes thing because we have a lot of family, within my family have diabetes. So being able to have this as a remedy is beautiful. So don't wait. Go ahead and go to that link, put in the discount code, and get yourself the difference today.
Yo, appreciate you for having me.
Appreciate you, King Olguy. Much love. Queen, anything you got before we get out of here?
Let's go.
All good. All right. Well, as usual, we appreciate y'all for tapping into the M4 show, Melanated Married Millionaires in the making. I'm your host, Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd.
Shout out to Olguy and the difference over there. Make sure y'all secure the marriage. Make sure y'all secure the love. And of course, make sure y'all secure the bag.
I love it. We on.
Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, anything, all of them, all of them, wherever you're listening. Go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.